Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Eve. If you are new here, welcome. I don't really know what I'm doing with this channel, and I've been saying that for like the past year, but I really have no idea what I'm doing with this channel. I just feel like really called to document myself because I do feel like something in my life is going to change. And I want to remember these moments of my life where I felt confused, where I felt lost, and somehow I found my way. So that's basically what this channel is. Today I really felt called to come back and just film a video. I haven't done that in months, and it's mainly because my life has just kind of been in shambles. I don't want to say in shambles, but my life is under reconstruction, okay? We're speaking words of abundance. I went through a huge tower moment in my life this year. Like, I lost my job, lost my car, kind of just lost everything that I had been working towards for like maybe the past 6 or 7 years of my life. And it caused me to like have to reflect on what it was that I wanted in my life. During my stint of unemployment, I thought that what I wanted was to, be an entrepreneur, work for myself, go full force into building a social media business, because I was doing social media full time, still am, as like a 9-to-5 job. But, I thought that like I could transition into doing that full time for myself. And surprisingly, I got a lot of traction during the time that I was unemployed, got a lot of interest with clients and things like that. But unfortunately, like, it just wasn't in the cards for me, girl. Like, it just wasn't in the cards for me to be an entrepreneur in that way, living in survival mode, barely having money to pay my rent, pay my bills, being worried about whether or not I was gonna have groceries. It just was not gonna work for me. Like, the universe had other plans for me. God had other plans for me, and I had to go get a job. Yeah, that was the plan that God had for me. He told me to go get a job and to, get back to who I was as a person. And at the time, I really didn't know what that meant. I was really confused because, like I said, I was going like full-fledged into wanting to be a social media consultant, wanting to like build a business from the ground up, be a boss bitch, grind hard, hustle hard. It was something that like came really natural to me. But when I lost my job this year, I reached a state of burnout that I don't even think I realized how burnt out I was. The period before I had lost my job, I was trying to kind of recover from burnout, from the job that I did have, starting to get fresh air, starting to, work out and all of these things. And it's like, I feel like that's exactly when like the tower moment took place in my life. I knew that I had to make changes in my life, and that job that I was in was really holding me back from like taking control of my health, taking control of my mindset. It just had to happen. And at the time I didn't understand it, but it forced me to grow. It forced me to, grind and to put myself out there so that I could get another position that was more balanced for my lifestyle. It forced me to look at my life and decide whether or not like this was the path I wanted to continue going down. A path of like neglecting my needs, neglecting my desires in place of my job. And I have been one of those people who prioritize their job over everything, prioritize climbing a corporate ladder, competing with other people to get promotions and just be seen. A part of me just really got sick of that. A part of me felt like it wasn't me, I feel like I'm somebody who comes from a background that most people can't relate to. Like, I didn't really grow up poor per se. Like, I didn't grow up in poverty, but I also didn't grow up like upper middle class. Like, I'm kind of always in the middle when it comes to like life. So I have like a very unique perspective of how I see things. And for me, like, I jumped into the corporate life kind of thinking that it was going to bring me some type of financial stability. But I always knew, it's like, I feel like if you're an intuitive person, you just know, like, you're supposed to be somewhere for like a little bit, but the universe has other plans for you. And I always felt like that in the corporate world. And, even though I'm still kind of in it, I still feel it now, but I always knew that I was meant for more. I always knew that I wasn't supposed to be in a corporate environment. Like, I was supposed to learn from a corporate environment, maybe learn how to like set boundaries, learn how to be professional per se, but I was never supposed to thrive in a corporate environment. And I kind of got caught up in the corporate circus of it all. You know what I mean? I feel like it's very easy to get caught up in the corporate circus. You're getting praise, you're getting promotions, you're making money, more money than you probably ever seen, especially from someone like me. Like, you know, I was probably one of the only people in my family who's made the amount of money that I made at my age, you know, was able to get a car, was able to like vacation. And it was cool for a while until, you know, I lost everything and I realized like I cannot be banking on corporate life for my happiness. I just can't. And as I started my new position, and I think this is another reason why, like I said, I haven't been wanting to do YouTube, because it's just like I've been really wanting to take stock of my life. Because a lot of people, you know, like they get on the internet and they want to document every moment of their life. That's just not me. Like, I don't believe in narrating the story before you live the plot. Like, sometimes you got to go live life and have experiences before you start going to the internet about, you know, how you're feeling or what you're going through. Like, sometimes you got to process shit. And I was processing a lot of shit. I was processing the fact that I had lost my job. Like, even though like I had 4 months of unemployment, like I hadn't processed that. I was in survival mode once I lost my job. You know what I mean? I was hustling still. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating good. And then I was also processing the fact that I lost my car. You know what I mean? And I had to like restructure my life. It's like literally 3 days after I got my new position, I lost my car, and I had to process that. And, you know, I'm doing really well. You know, I'm very surprised that I'm doing well, because I feel like if this was like 3 or 5 years ago, I would not be doing well. And it just goes to show that like this material world, these material things, they really don't mean anything if you are not good within yourself. That has been something that I've been reflecting on for like the last couple of months, is just like wanting to make sure that my well-being is okay. Because when I was working like a maniac, you know what I mean, at my top, at my peak corporate mania, I was not washing my hair. I was not, you know, eating well. Like I said, I had gained about 45 pounds in like a year. Like, things were not looking good for me. You know what I mean? On the inside, internally, I felt so lost. But on the outside, everyone around me, my friends, people that like colleagues, like everybody thought that I was like living the high life, and it just wasn't that. I was actually going through a lot internally, and it's because I was not taking care of myself. I thought that I was that one of those people who, you know, who could do the all-nighters, not work out, not take care of themselves, you know, just work, and they would see success. But I'm learning that, again, the universe has different plans for me. The universe don't want me to work like that, because working like that is detrimental to me. It doesn't allow me to think clearly. I'm not as creative. I'm not as sharp. I'm not as clear. I'm not as confident either. Because I've even realized in like the last couple of months of me just taking care of myself, prioritizing eating well, working out, not just prioritizing the job, prioritizing self-care. I have found like a newfound confidence within me. Like, I feel like, camera about to die, but I feel like a year ago or 6 months ago when I was filming videos, I just couldn't even like put together a sentence. But now I'm just like here, and I'm ready to share, and I'm ready to be myself. Like, I want to share myself with the world. And there was a time in my life where I didn't feel like I was safe enough to do that. And now I just don't care. Like, I feel like my unemployment situation really forced me to be like, you can't be scared of nothing. Like, you can't be scared of not having a job. You can't be scared about not having anymore. Like, you can't run your life feeling like the fear is the only thing that you can feel. And I know that's so hard to hear. That's a hard pill to swallow. Like, I get it. Like, I am someone who really struggles with anxiety. I have autism. I have ADHD. I got all the isms. I'm a black woman. I'm queer. All of these things. And it can be a struggle to be like, yeah, you can't let fear run your life, you know, just let your anxiety go away. But it's like, I'm learning to channel it into something, you know, I'm learning to channel it into other things, into hobbies, into working out, into journaling, into writing, and into YouTube, because YouTube is something that I've always wanted to do, but I always felt like I had to fit into some mold, into some standard, into some aesthetic. And like, I'm just like, F that. Who cares? I just feel like I'm in a place where in my life where I don't want to like keep, I don't want to stop myself from going after it is that I want because of money. I remember like when I was younger, I used to want to like do like little trades. Like I wanted to like be a chef, or I wanted to like, be a travel agent, or I wanted to like be a massage therapist. And I always stopped myself from doing those things because I always thought like, well, I'm not gonna make a lot of money. You know what I mean? And now I've made money. You know what I mean? I've made a decent amount of money. I don't know, I haven't made all the money I'm gonna make in my life, but I've made money, and I realized like it is necessary for us in our society, but it ain't everything. You know what I mean? It ain't everything if you're not living the life that you want to live, you know? And for me, I feel like I've made so much money like in a career that I'm so thankful for, and that has given me so many skills, and like I've met so many great people in my field, but that's not the end of my story. Like I'm supposed to expand and like continue to educate myself and to learn about things. And I've really been feeling really drawn to wellness and health and just like self-care in general, because I feel like had I not started taking like these small steps, like very small steps in like creating an environment around myself where I could engage in self-care, I would not be here right now talking to you on this video. And some people be like, it's not that deep. Like, but it really is. Like, I don't think people realize like when you're in survival mode, especially when you don't have no income, no nothing, like it's a thin line. Like it's a thin line. It's a really thin line. And I just thank God that I am still here to tell my story and to encourage other people to like keep going, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm that person who did not see that light, even 6 months ago, but a lot can change even if your like 3D reality isn't changing. And I don't mean to be too woo woo, because like for me, I feel like when you're, talking about manifestation and all this other stuff, like it can get really frustrating. And so I feel like if anybody is watching and you're manifesting like a miracle in your life, or manifesting like anything like a big win or more money, whatever it is, like just take a step back and live a life. Like that is the best thing I think I've done for my manifestations, because I do feel like I manifested the place that I am in right now. A place where I am allowed to be more healthy. I am allowed to, be more creative. And I'm really taking stock of that. I'm really celebrating that today. And I guess that's why I wanted to pull out the video. It's just to celebrate how far I have come and where I'm going to go. Like, I'm so like eager to try new things, and that's not like me. Like, I'm very much introverted, and, for the past couple of years, I felt really isolated from the world just because I've worked a remote job and I haven't like been out in the world. And I just feel like that's where I want like my career to be. It's like to be around people, to like help people and to encourage people. And I feel like I'm on that journey. You know what I mean? I feel like today I like got this idea that I really wanted to like start massage therapy school, because I feel like for me, like I am a very logical thinker, like very much in my divine masculine energy. And it's really hard for me to like pivot without like some type of structure. And something that's going to keep me accountable, and something that has always kept me accountable is school. It's like I've always been a really good student, especially in things that I did not care about. And I just feel like I never got to go to school for the thing that like I wanted to do. And I've been looking into massage therapy schools for like a very long time, and like wanting to get into like something that's very more, in alignment with who I am and where I am now. And I've always just stopped because like I was like, oh my God, I don't have the money, I don't have this, I don't have that. But it's like now I kind of feel like I don't even want that to stop me. Like I'm gonna figure it out, I just don't know how. And that's okay. Like, and even if this is just my ADHD brain talking like, oh, I want to go to massage therapy school, and I don't do it, like I'm still gonna be proud that I even like came to this conclusion that I can do other things than just be where I am. Like I can really go for things that I want, I can really post YouTube videos. I can really, write stories and write my articles on Substack or whatever it is that I want to do. Like, I just want to be able to look out on this video and say like, man, like you're a big dreamer and you never stopped dreaming. Like no matter how hard it got, like you kept dreaming. But I'm about to get out But I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'm gonna be vlogging like honestly when I feel like it. Like I feel like I keep saying to myself I'm taking like the Alcaraz approach. If you've ever like seen Carlos Alcaraz, he's a tennis player. He basically like needs like less pressure on himself to like perform at the high level. Like don't get it twisted, he's still like putting in the work, which is something that I want to do, but I just feel like I have to stop I have to stop putting the pressure on myself to be excellent and to be great every day, and I need to start having a lot more fun. So I feel like YouTube is going to be that place where I start having more fun, where I start sharing more stories and just documenting my journey. And like I said, if y'all are watching, thank you, and I guess I will see you in the next video. Have a good night.